My name is John Yost. People have thousands of dollars just lying around their house and not even knowing it. When I get the call, I go to the source, price it, and pay my client. Along with my partner, Miranda, we scour the country in search of that one piece of Americana that makes it all worthwhile. Our list of priceless memorabilia is long, and finding it all, well, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Coca-Cola is one of the most iconic products in the world. In fact, people drink more than 1 billion cans a day, and it has an amazing history. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but Coca-Cola was originally designed by a chemist for medical purposes. The syrup mixed with water and was intended to cure ailments such as upset stomachs and headaches. Coca-Cola went on sale May 8, 1890 at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta. Local pharmacist John S. Pemberton formulated a caramel-colored headache and hangover syrup that he referred to as an esteemed brain tonic and intellectual beverage. On March 29, 1890, Pemberton persuaded fountain man Willis E. Venable to sell his formula on a trial basis. Legend has it that the beverage we know and love today was discovered accidentally when Willis inadvertently mixed the syrup with soda water instead of still water. And the rest, they say, is history. When you combine the massive popularity of Coca-Cola with its incredible history, you get one thing: memorabilia that collectors are willing to pay a ton of money for. And that's just the kind of memorabilia I love. Speak to me.
Hey, John, it's Miranda. I have that address you want.
Good. So you got anything?
Sounds like he does. He says he has all sorts of junk.
Well, I'll head over there right now. Hey, do me a favor. Stop watching those videos and get back to work.
I am very busy here. You know, if
I know. I put something on your camera.
Look, someone just walked in.
She hung up on me. Sometimes finding a needle in the haystack isn't easy. Most of the time, it requires you traveling to a house in the middle of nowhere to look at a bunch of junk in somebody's barn, garage, or attic. But you never know. You're going to come across something truly incredible, which is why I love this job. This place is in the middle of nowhere. I arrived at the client's farm shortly after lunch. On the phone, he said to meet him around back in his barn. Hello? Anybody here? Hope I have the right place. If I come across some squinty-eyed kid playing the banjo, I am out of here.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, I'm John Yost.
Oh, John, hi there, the TV guy. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I talked to Miranda, the girl on the telephone.
Yeah.
Oh, man, she is nice.
The nicest. Heck of a place you got here, Bob.
Well, thank you, John. It's been in my family for over 100 years.
Wow.
Started back in the 20s, like most farms, and then they added a produce stand that became a general store.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 1950s, they closed when they built this new highway over here.
I see.
I just figured it was time to sell all this old junk, but I just really don't know where to start.
Sure.
I called your television show and, you know, here you are.
Yeah.
I really don't know what's of value here. I could sure use the money.
Well, sure. Let me poke around. Let's see what's what.
Good, all right. Oh, that's just junk.
Bob, in my business, very few things are really junk. This place was crawling with goodies. It's a paradise for any Coca-Cola collector. I found what I believe to be a 1901 calendar featuring Coca-Cola girl Hilda Clark, an antique Coke machine, and a few Hutchinson bottles that I believe will fetch a pretty penny. But by far, the most interesting thing I found in the barn was...
I didn't know I had one of these. The lady looks like she's topless to me.
Yeah, she is. And I don't recall Coca-Cola ever making a tray with a topless woman on it. This would be a very rare find. It could be very valuable.
What about the calendar?
I don't know. I'm going to have that appraised, the tray, those bottles, and that Coke machine back there.
Well, you just do what you have to do.
Okay. Bob, I have to tell you, you could have some real money here.
Really? Well, it sounds good to me.
Why don't we write up some paperwork, and I'll give you a receipt.
Okay, good. Let's do that.
The Coca-Cola Company began distributing 10-serving and change trays to soda fountains back in 1897. Trays produced from that date until 1968 belonged to the first or classic period of Coca-Cola trays. Because trays made from 1970 onward were often reissues of older trays or were made from new materials, these trays belong to the modern age of Coke trays. A rare tray like John found was not produced by Coca-Cola, but recently went for $16,000 at auction.
Hey, Miranda. Just leaving the bar now. Yeah, I sent you over some photographs of some of the items I think we can really hit gold with. Do me a favor, take a look at them and tell me what you think.
Will do.
Okay.
Wow, she's pretty. I guess a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's encouraging. All right, let's see how much you're worth. Hilda Clark was an American model and actress. Born in Leavenworth, Kansas, she moved east to Boston to become a popular music hall songstress and actress. However, Clark became famous as a model in 1895 when she became one of the first girls Coca-Cola used in their advertisements. Coca-Cola put Hilda's image on everything, from signs to trays, from trading cards to bookmarks, from drink tickets to calendars. Hilda became the image of Coca-Cola from 1899 to 1903. And while the older Coke calendars aren't always valuable, collectors value them because so few of them have survived throughout the years. A vintage Hilda Clark in good condition could be worth its weight in gold. The Coca-Cola Girls were a huge success for the company and were one of the many ways in which Coke attempted to brand their product. This approach meant promoting the company name and its trademark red and white colors onto as many products as possible. This aggressive advertising approach increased Coca-Cola sales over 4,000% and helped make them the icon they are today. Wow.
Now that I have all these Coca-Cola collectibles, I have to find out what they're really worth. So I'm heading south to visit my good friend, Nancy Bell, the curator of the Biedenharn Coca-Cola Museum in Vicksburg, Mississippi. If these vintage Coke bottles are the real McCoy, they should be worth a ton of money, and I should get a huge payday. But if they're just replicas, reproduced in the 1940s or the 70s, that may come up empty.
Joseph Biedenharn was the first person to ever bottle a Coca-Cola. Mr. Biedenharn bottled a case in his own bottles, his Biedenharn Candy Company bottles. He sent it to Atlanta to ask Mr. Candler for permission. And he said, yeah, you can bottle if you want to, won't amount to anything, but if you want to do it, go ahead. And of course, that's really what launched Coca-Cola. To bottle Coca-Cola, you would put in some carbonated water and some syrup. The syrup sat up high. We have a reproduction of those bottling works here at the museum, so you can see how it would have flown up top. You know, it was very high up, and the syrup would have come down into the bottle, and then you filled it with the carbonated water, and then you capped it. And what Mr. Biedenharn did was to bottle for half a day, and then he would deliver by wagon and horse the other half of the day. Now this is a very interesting piece, and it's actually my favorite piece in the museum. It's a soda fountain. It's turn of the century. It's made of onyx, and it had the flavors across the bottom. You know, there were hundreds of flavors of soft drinks in those days, or soda fountain drinks. This one had their little tags here: cream de mint, sarsaparilla, peach, orgeat, which was an almond flavor. This one is Coca-Cola, grape, claret, root beer, rose, and this one's my favorite one. It says "Don't Care" on it. So if you walked in and the soda jerk said, well, what flavor would you like? And you said, I don't care, you got the "Don't Care" flavor. Hi.
Nancy.
How are you?
So good. It's so great to be here. Every time I'm here, I'm amazed at how much history is in this place.
There's a lot of history in this building, partly because it was built in 1890, but we also keep adding to our collection. We have people who donate to us, and so every time you come in, there might be something a little different to see here.
On that note, I have a client in North Carolina who has a lot of Coca-Cola memorabilia. And look what I found.
Those are very pretty. Nice shape, very good shape. These are Hutchinson blob top bottles. And this is the bottle that was first used to bottle Coca-Cola. So these actually at one point in time held Coca-Cola. Mr. Biedenhorn, and you can see Biedenhorn Candy Company on it, he was the first to put Coca-Cola in bottles and start selling it that way. So it's a beautiful bottle. It could be from 1894.
Now, I think they're very valuable, but I brought them to my favorite expert to find out for sure.
They're worth about $600.
That's fantastic news. My client's going to be thrilled.
Right.
Now, while I have you, I also wanted to show you this.
It's beautiful. Very nice shape, very good shape. This was probably from 1902.
Okay.
The bad news about this tray is that it was not produced by the Coca-Cola Company.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No. Coca-Cola would never have used a topless woman on the tray. It's not wholesome, and Coca-Cola was all about family and wholesome, and still is today. And so it wasn't produced by them. It's not a Coca-Cola tray.
Okay, that's the bad news, but
Yes.
what about the good news?
There is some good news. Good news would be that trays like this from that period of time have sold at auction just lately for $16,000.
That's fantastic.
$16,000.
Wait a minute. I see your eyes again.
But this one is a reproduction.
Oh, it's not original?
No, it's not, and it's not worth $16,000.
Oh, that's terrible.
Trays, a lot of trays were reproduced in the 1970s and 80s. This one's probably from about 1970. A lot of times they put just tiny print on the side. They would put the date that they reproduced it. It's a wonderful tray.
Is it worth anything?
It is. It's probably worth $35 or $40 because it is in such good shape.
Well, that is disappointing news, but Nancy, you know you're my favorite. I come to you for everything. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So the Coke tray didn't turn out so well, but I got some great news on the Hutchinson bottles. That's going to make Bob really happy.
From the beginning, Coca-Cola had trouble selling their product in the wintertime, like lemonade or iced tea. People typically only drank Coca-Cola during warmer months. To them, it really didn't make much sense to drink an ice-cold beverage while it was freezing outside. That's why in 1922, Coca-Cola launched a new marketing campaign in an effort to broaden people's views on when a Coke might just hit the spot. To do this, they hired Hayden Sundblom, an artist who defined the American dream through his work and worked for nearly every Fortune 500 company, including Quaker Oats. Coca-Cola wanted Sundblom to create an advertising campaign featuring Santa Claus. Now, Santa Claus has been depicted in several different ways over the centuries by several different cultures. He's been everything from a tall, gaunt man to a short, somewhat spooky elf. However, Coca-Cola wanted something much more wholesome and family-friendly. And what sets Sundblom's creation apart from all the previous incarnations of Santa was that Sundblom's version was warm, friendly, festive, and most importantly, human. This not only made the advertising campaign incredibly successful for Coke, but it also made Sundblom's Santa a cultural icon the world over. Initially, Sundblom modeled Santa's smiling face after the cheerful looks of a friend, Lou Prentice. He embodied all the features and spirit of Santa Claus, Sundblom once said. The wrinkles in his face were happy wrinkles. After Prentice passed away, Sundblom used his own face as the ongoing reference for painting the now enduring modern image of Santa Claus. Sundblom's version of the North Pole's most famous resident became the most enduring and widespread depiction of the holiday icon ever. And even today, it's the image you think of when you hear the name Santa Claus. In the early part of the 20th century, most corner grocery stores kept their inventories of bottled Coca-Cola cold by icing them in tubs. It It was an age of serve yourself, where all it took to ensure that a customer brought his bottle to the store's clerk for purchase was to put a sign on the side of a cooler with the word,
Mama, what's
please.
that?
I don't know, sweetheart. It's some kind of contraption. My goodness, what will they think of next?
I managed to price out all of Bob's Coca-Cola collectibles except one, the old Coca-Cola icebox I found in the barn. I'm traveling to Granite Falls, North Carolina to see Alan Huffman, a vending machine expert who owns over 800 drink machines. I'm serious. This guy has the first soda vending machines ever made. You must be the man I'm looking for.
Alan Huffman.
That's right. Listen, I got a machine I really want you to look at and appraise for me.
Did you bring it with you today?
Yeah, it's out in the truck.
Well, we'll go look at it.
Sure.
Do you want to look around inside the museum first?
Perfect.
Okay.
I am amazed at this collection. When did you start?
Started in 1989. I had an experience when I was a child going to a grocery store that was in town, and I had an orange drink out of a glass bottle. Opened the glass bottle door and pulled it out, and it was cold. You could look inside it and see it. And years ago, when all those machines disappeared, I found one in an antique mall, and I said, you know, it'd be neat to put this back in service and start a route, so that way children that could have the same experience that I had. And that's what I did. I started a route. And then these machines developed because I had to have a serviceman, and I couldn't find a serviceman to service the machine, so I became my own serviceman. Went to school and learned how to do it and do my own repair work, and then I keep these machines in this building, so I will have one of each example. So when somebody brings me one that's missing a part, or I find one that's missing a part, I can copy a part off of this and complete it. This is the first upright machine. This is called a Mills 98. It's in its original color, green and red. This machine only took a nickel. It only takes 5 cents. The reason why is CEO believed that Cokes should never cost more than a nickel, and they should always be in the small 6.5 ounce package. This is the only complete Mills 98 left in existence today.
This is it?
Yes. If there's another one out there, I've not seen it or not heard of it. I hunted all my life for this machine, and finally about 2 years ago found this machine.
So this is a food court?
This is a food court. This is the first food court produced for Coca-Cola. This machine has a rotating sign that goes on top of it with a long sign part that says hot dogs. This one will has a bun steamer with trays inside it that adjusts the steam back and forth. It has a chili pot. J.J. Conley produced 2 hot dog cookers for this thing, one that would hold 10 hot dogs and one that would hold 14 hot dogs. And if you look here, you will see these trash cans right here, but if you'll notice, the trash cans do not say Coca-Cola on them. And if you'll notice in this brochure over here, it does not say Coca-Cola on this trash can right here. You see that. However, it says Coca-Cola on the bottle rack. It's my understanding that Coca-Cola did not give them permission to put their name on trash. This is a Vendo decapper.
A Vendo decapper?
Vendo decapper.
Okay.
This machine was built before they had Coca-Cola in a pre-mix tank. It would bring a bottle over here and put it in a carrier that would bring it up to this bottle opener. And it would open the drink for you.
No.
The cup would drop down. This is the first Dixie cup dispenser. It's this patent applied for. The cup would drop down in front of a lighted window, and this machine would pour the drink for the customer. And the customer would get to keep the cup, and then it would put an empty bottle in this rack elevator, bring it up here, and then this entire system would rotate, and it would put the empty bottle in the top. So when the serviceman would come and open the machine where he had put full bottles in, all of them would be empty.
So it's a mechanical bartender.
That's exactly right.
Now this is a really interesting machine. I wanted you to explain to me.
Okay, this is produced by Liquid Carbonic Corporation. It has a set of pipes that run down in the bottom of this thing. And each one of these has numbers 1 through 8 on the back side of the doors. And then you reach your finger in here and pull this tab back, and you would, if you wanted flavor number 1, you would reach over here and grab a bottle, and come over here and push the bottle head first down in here, and a cold bottle would come out on this side.
I see.
And then you would pay for that at the cash register. You please pay the clerk.
All right, Alan. These machines are all beautiful and interesting, but I tell you, I have something that looks a little bit like this. Can you tell me about these machines?
This is the very first soda machine in history. The one on the left, this is ICO model number 72.
Okay.
And it has, you can see what's left of the serve yourself on here, and you can see the original drink Coca-Cola label.
Obviously, they're very large, and so they could serve any kind of bottle.
They
Hutchinson?
can. They can. It can serve the Hutchinson bottle. These machines can serve, it could serve a lot of flavors. Other companies that had flavors during the day with different sized bottles, it could have served them. Back then, before Coca-Cola standardized their bottle, this machine would have served that bottle. The bottle will be down in here. Rotate this around, and you can look down inside it to see which one you want. Reach in here and pull it out.
Well, that's fascinating. You know what? I have to tell you something. I have something that I want you to take a look at. And that's why I'm here, and maybe it's something you've never seen before.
Okay.
It looks a little bit like this, and I'd really hope you could tell me what it's worth.
All right, let's go look at it.
All right. It's right here, Alan. You give me a hand, we'll take it down.
That's the newest ICO I've ever seen in my life.
Well, he kept it in his barn. We just cleaned it up a little bit.
Needs a handle, though. You don't have your handle. Missing
brother.
your handle. Okay. They always turn up missing their handle.
No, sir.
Wow.
It works, huh?
It's unbelievable.
Tell me, what do you think?
An ICO from 1928. That's probably a model number 72, brand new. I'd say is probably worth about $25,000.
My client's gonna be overjoyed. He thought this was a heap of junk. Jackpot. This vintage machine is worth $25,000 and a great payday to me.
Well, hey, John, come on over. Girls, let me talk with him for a few minutes. Hey, good to see you, John.
Hey,
Have a
Bob, how you
seat.
doing? Thank you.
All right, how would you like to have something cold here?
Oh, well, that's appropriate, huh? So I guess you're wondering how much all that junk I found was worth, huh?
It's been weighing on my mind.
Well, I'll tell you, that tray I was so interested in? The truth is that one of those got auctioned off for $16,000 recently.
Wow.
And I thought we had a really good chance. Here's the problem. Yours is a replica.
Oh.
Now, it's probably manufactured late 60s, early 70s, so it didn't bring in anything. The calendar, though, was interesting because it brought in $800. Can you
that
imagine
calendar?
that? $800, brother.
Wow.
And the bottles, they turned out to be original Hutchinson bottles. $600 a piece.
A piece?
That's right, for old dusty bottles.
Wow.
Now, I was able to move that old machine of yours, and it was in bad repair. How much do you think I got?
I always knew it'd be worth at least $200 to $300 to the right person.
Sure. How about $25,000?
What?
$25,000. My friend, you made $27,000 on a pile of junk sitting in your
That is
in
amazing.
your bar. Hey, I'll drink to that.
I sure will.
Great payday for me. Great news for you. Don't go spending all that money on soda, huh?
Oh, no.
Well, another satisfied customer. This is a part of the job I just love. Seeing the look on a customer's face when they realize they've had thousands of dollars just sitting around the house collecting dust. It's amazing. And I made out pretty good myself.
Hey, John, how'd it go?
Miranda, things went great. The client loved everything.
Hey, don't get too comfortable. I got a guy in Illinois. He says he has tons of stuff, including, you're gonna love this, Cracker Jack memorabilia.
Cracker Jack, huh?